Good morning, everybody, and I'm sure you're glad to have me make a video to introduce things. And if you ever wondered how to make videos from computers so you can post them online or whatever, this is how you do it. It's an app called Screencast-O-Matic, or this is one of the ways to do it. And so I'm going to show you what to do in Tinkercad today. So this is a Screencast-O-Matic website. I'm going to go to the Tinkercad website, and I had already signed in, but I'll sign out just in case you forgot what to do. So if we are at Tinkercad, it looks like this. Go to sign in, put in your username, which mine was my email, put in your password, and you are at Tinkercad. Yesterday we went up to learn, and we went to the lessons, and I had you practice the easiest lessons, which are down towards the bottom after you see all lessons. We did the learning the moves, we did the camera controls, the creating holes, scale, copy and paste, key ring letters, and we did die on the work plane. And so for your assignment today, you're going to have to know how to use a lot of those things. You're going to pull shapes onto the work plane when you want to use them. You're going to have to know how to do a hole style because you need to add your first and last name on the very bottom of your design in a hole style. You're going to have to put a shape on the work plane that will work as a platform, and then you'll create a character and put your character on top of that. And then you'll also have to add 2 items of other text, and that text could be whatever you want. If you want it to be Central Lion, if you want it to be something that you like as far as a hobby, whatever the case might be. So I'm going to go ahead and show you my design, my example design, and we will have screenshots of my design as well. When you look here, it looks like it's still a box, but it's not. When I go in to tinker this, it'll show the actual design. For you guys, you'll click on that button back there that said create new design, and then that will show you where you can go ahead and start creating things. But here's the design I created. My little character has like a head, and it definitely has to have a face if it's a character, so you have to make some kind of face. And if we kind of move around on it, you can see I put Ron Mingo, who we saw videos of the world's fastest typer, or wanted to be world's fastest typer in the past. And then I've got Tech 6 on there. My character's got legs, my character's got a body, he's got a face, moving around to the back and stuff like that. Not a lot of detail back there. And then if we look at the bottom, I have Mr. Cruz on the bottom, and I put Mr. for my first name just to give you guys a point of reference. And to do the Mr. Cruz on the bottom, I had to do a hole style, which would be one of the tools that would show up here when you're using text, and that was also one of the practice lessons that you were supposed to do. So remember, you're going to have to use the shapes from the toolbar over here and pull them on and place them where you would like to use them. So if I was going to do a square or whatever, and I might have to change the dimensions of it. Oh, I'm going to move it over so that menu is not in the way. There we go. So you can change heights. You can make it bigger or smaller. So you could make it flatter. And that's what I would use for your platform or your base for your character. And then way over on the side, and I'll scroll down a little bit, there's also the text tools. So that way if you were adding text in, you'd bring it over here. In the menu up here, you go in and change it and make it whatever you want it to say for your text. Now, the key is for your bottom text, where you're going to be putting your first and last name, you're going to have to put it the opposite direction. So once you initially type it out, you're going to have to flip it over, so that way you'll be able to read it when it's on the bottom. If somebody would flip your design over once it's printed, it would still read out the right way. If you leave it where it's facing up and put it on the bottom, it's going to look backwards when you would flip your design over. And we wanted a hole style because we don't want it to raise your design up. We want your design platform to sit flat. And that way, when it's a hole, it's embedded into your platform, and it's not taking up space or making your design sit any taller than what you have. So I want you to use all class period today to create a base, create your character, add your first and last name on the bottom as a whole, and then add 2 other items of text, and those items can be whatever you would like. Tinkercad will automatically save things for you, so you don't have to go up and hit File and Save and anything like that. So as soon as you're done, you could just close Tinkercad to log out, and it would be fine. And then we will take a look at them on Monday when I'm back in class, and we'll see how your designs turned out. If you want to work on this over the weekend, you may, but it's not required. Do as much as you can today in class, and we can talk more on Monday, That way, if people have any problems or things like that, they can get help with them. Oh, if you didn't see the whole style earlier, here's where the whole style is whenever you're working with a shape or text. So anyway, have fun with this today. Make something really cool. And on Monday, we'll probably end up talking about sizes and resizing it. And then that way, when we get going with our keyboarding here, I think kids who meet their goals and things like that, one of the incentives is going to be to get to print out the stuff they've created on Tinkercad as a reward for doing well with keyboarding. All right, other than that, have a good weekend, and we'll see you all on Monday.